I think the thing I love about the festival, I've been involved with it for quite a number of years now, is the sort of spirit of friendship and community that runs through it. So not only is there wonderful music and really wonderful distinguished performers, but it's a local festival. So even though we're not far out of London and there's many big concert halls within easy reach, this is a really sort of special local festival with it embedded in the local community where you can still hear great performances.
The very first festival began in the year 2000, and I was singing a lot at the time, and my husband was also singing a lot around the world, and we had a lot of friends in the business, and I knew that I could bring some of these friends to this area, which I absolutely love, and we could put on international concerts or concerts of an international standard, so that people would be able to come to this locality and have concerts on tap rather than have to take trains into London, pay money for babysitters and pay parking. And I hoped that this would make life easier for them to enjoy classical music.
Have you achieved what you set out to do then?
Well, we've certainly brought a lot of very famous and very renowned people into this area. I'm so thrilled when I look back over past programmes because we've had some real star lineups, and that's been fantastic. Possibly the best for me was being able to get King's College, Cambridge here to do a concert for us. That boys' choir is just simply outstanding, and the thrill of having them in Grove Park was just immense. We had Martin Taylor, the very famous jazz guitarist. He'd just done a prom that year, and he then came to us at the Musical Museum. Prunella Scales came several years ago with a programme of Queen Victoria, and so that was another highlight for us. Possibly the biggest highlight was when the festival kicked off in 2000 and the opening chords of Zadok the Priest started, and we knew that we'd set off with a festival.
One of the performances is great artists from our festivals. What's your involvement in that performance?
So I'm going to be playing the piano along with Audrey Highland. And I have the great pleasure and joy of playing for all these wonderful artists who've been performing at the Grove Park Festival for all the years it's been in existence. So it's going to be a really special night, I think.
What music can we expect?
There is some wonderful music. So there's things like the violin sonata that Elgar wrote just before he composed the famous cello concerto. And it's a really special piece. He was quite an old man when he wrote it, and he just came up with this magical violin sonata. There's a second movement which is all about ghosts in the woods where he lived. So that's a very special piece. There's a piece we've just been rehearsing around this piano called The Shepherd on the Rock by Schubert, which Schubert wrote on his deathbed. He was very, very ill. He had days to live, and you'd expect him to write a miserable piece, and instead he writes this incredibly sunny piece about a shepherd who's looking forward to the spring. Julie Kennard, who of course is the artistic director of the festival, is going to be singing some very beautiful songs, and so is her husband, Michael George.
The younger people who are taking part in this concert are really going to be superstars of the future, so we're delighted to have them, and we've always actually had a commitment to youth.
There must have been a few disasters on the way though.
Very few. As artistic director, I'm always going to get someone who goes ill, and so I have to replace at the last minute, and that's usually tricky, but possibly the worst disaster was slightly amusing because it was the conductor of the water music coming back to find his car underwater. I don't think he found it very funny.
I was tight on that myself.
This is the very last Grove Park Music Festival. So why have you decided that this is your last one?
Sadly, we came to the collective decision that it had to finish. We've struggled for 16 years, and I say struggled because we do everything. The committee is a group of friends who take over the whole running of this festival. We move pews, we feed artists, we make the programmes. It's a very, very big job, and we're all now of a certain age where we feel that it's time to stop. And we also feel that we've given so much that we've wanted to give to the area in terms of music, that it's better to go out on a high and let people have these really lovely memories of a festival that we hope they've enjoyed as much as we have.